Sanibonani, Molweni, Dumelang, and hello. Welcome to the 2022 Virtual Autumn Graduation Ceremony for the Durban University of Technology. My name is Alan Khan, and I am the Senior Director of Corporate Affairs at DUT. I would like to welcome our esteemed Chancellor, Ms. Nonkululeko Nyembezi, our Vice Chancellor and Principal, Professor Thandwa Mthembu, our Deputy Vice Chancellors, the Registrar, Executive Deans, and members of faculty. Welcome to our graduates, their parents and guardians, family and friends, supporters and funders. I must also acknowledge my valued colleagues from the academic, administration, and support sectors of our university. And a special welcome to you, and thank you for watching this broadcast of our virtual graduation ceremony today. DUT will move back to physical graduation ceremonies for the class of 2021. The confirmed dates and conditions assigned for the 2022 autumn physical graduation ceremonies will be communicated accordingly to all university stakeholders. We will be using the official DUT communication platforms. DUT has decided to continue as planned with the 2022 virtual graduation ceremonies, which are scheduled to take place on Friday, the 13th and Monday, the 16th of May, 2022. The decision to proceed with the virtual graduation ceremonies was taken in order to allow students to receive their qualification and awards, which some may need in order to secure employment. This virtual graduation ceremony will be followed by celebratory physical graduation ceremonies, whose dates will be announced in due course. In a short while, our Chancellor will constitute this virtual congregation and share her opening remarks with you. This will be followed by the conferring and awarding of certificates, diplomas, and degrees in the Faculty of Arts and Design. The names of all graduates will appear on the graduation roll. The graduate names will scroll on screen, and we will highlight those who have graduated cum laude and graduates who have earned the prestigious Dean's Merit Award. The graduation roll for all 6 faculties will be available on the DUT website, www.dut.ac.za. After the graduate names have been presented to you on screen, our Vice Chancellor and Principal, Professor Thandwa Mthembu, will then deliver his short address, which will be followed by the singing of the National Anthem of the Republic of South Africa. The Chancellor will then dissolve the congregation, which will signify the end of this virtual graduation ceremony. Congratulations to all of our graduates. You are now part of the DUT alumni, and we look forward to your continued support and engagement in the years ahead. We are immensely proud of you, and we wish you success and good fortune always. We are extremely grateful and proud of our students and staff who continue to lead, succeed, and excel as we strive to live the values and principles of our Envision 2030 strategy. DUT will also confer the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Visual and Performing Arts, honoris causa, in the Faculty of Arts and Design to Thembi Mtshali-Jones. We welcome Thembi Mtshali-Jones to the DUT family. I would now like to invite the Chancellor of the Durban University of Technology, Ms. Nonkululeko Nyembezi, to formally commence with the virtual graduation ceremony and to please constitute this congregation. Madam Chancellor.
Sanibonani nonke, good day to you all. My name is Nonkululeko Nyembezi, and I am the Chancellor of the Durban University of Technology. By the powers vested in me as Chancellor, I now constitute this virtual graduation ceremony for the Durban University of Technology. Congratulations to Ms. Thembi Mtshali-Jones, who will be receiving an honorary doctoral degree, Doctor of Philosophy in Visual Arts in the Faculty of Arts and Design. Thembi Mtshali-Jones is a multi-talented, celebrated artist as a singer, actress, producer, and playwright. Ms. Mtshali-Jones is currently one of the leads in Imbewu, where she stars as Mandlovu. Imbewu, The Seed, was produced for ETV and has been awarded the fastest growing TV drama. We welcome Dr. Thembi Mtshali-Jones to the DUT family. Congratulations to our newest alumni, the graduating class of 2021. You have accomplished an enormous amount in the course of your studies here at the Durban University of Technology. You've earned your qualification and you have accomplished so much. For some, you'll be earning your undergraduate degrees, while for others, this will mark the culmination of your postgraduate and professional degrees. For all of us, though, it is disappointing that this event is not being held in person with all the traditions normally associated with graduation, a situation forced upon us due to the COVID-19 pandemic. It is my utmost wish that you remain connected with your former lecturers, your friends, and your classmates. Remain steadfast, as I am in the knowledge that your DUT education and the relationships you've made, the learning you achieved, and the experiences you had during your time at DUT will serve you well in the years to come. You are DUT for life.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honour to present for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Visual and Performing Arts, honoris causa, Thembi Mtshali Jones. Thembi Mtshali Jones was born in 1949 in Durban and grew up in KwaMashu Township, KwaZulu-Natal. Thembi Mtshali Jones is one of South Africa's most multi-talented, celebrated artists as a singer, actress, producer, and playwright. Thembi Mtshali Jones was discovered by Welcome Msomi and performed in the original Umabata, the Zulu adaptation of Macbeth, in the 70s. She thereafter joined the acclaimed musical Ipitombi, in which she took the lead female role as Mama Tembu. She has toured the world with Ipitombi, including London's West End and New York's Broadway. Whilst in the US, Thembi met with accomplished South African artists Hugh Masekela and Miriam Makeba. She worked with both of them, and together these three artists toured Europe and Africa. In 1998, Thembi Mtshali Jones had a residency at Gallaudet University, Washington, D.C. And in 2004, a second residency at University of Louisville. She was made honorary citizen of Louisville by the mayor. The governor of Kentucky gave Thembi the highest honor Kentucky can bestow on a civilian by making her honorary Kentucky colonel. On her return to South Africa, Thembi Mtshali Jones joined Sipho Gumede and created a 5-piece band called Peace. She thereafter joined the Market Theatre in Johannesburg in 1987. At the Market Theatre, she worked with Janice Honeyman in Black and White Follies. Thembi thereafter co-wrote Have You Seen Zandile together with Mqina Mhlope and Marilyn van Reenen and performed in it. Thembi Mtshali Jones also co-wrote with Barney Simon and performed in Eden and Other Places and Women of Africa. She also toured with Malcolm Perky's musical Marabi in the UK and the US. In 1999, Mtshali Jones co-wrote and starred in A Woman in Waiting, a one-woman play commissioned by the Joseph Pabst Theatre, New York. This play is based on Mtshali Jones's life story. It was created, co-written and directed by Yael Faber. The production also won a Fringe First Fest Award at the Edinburgh Festival and was transferred to the West End in London's New Ambassador Theatre in 2001. A Woman in Waiting has performed in South Africa, Tunisia, Canada, the US and Bermuda Island, Paris, Azerbaijan and Hong Kong. A Woman in Waiting tells of the many iniquities suffered by black women in domestic service during the apartheid era. Mtshali Jones tells of her own years as a domestic worker when she had to leave her own baby at home while she looked after the young of others. She related the fear of the late-night raids by the blackjacks, the police, and the agony of the mothers as the children faced up to the army Caspers during the student uprising. Mtshali Jones's eventual transformation into a performer and singer who has appeared on international stages is a testament to the strength and capacity of the human spirit to survive. A Woman in Waiting is in a sense Mtshali Jones's own personal truth and reconciliation commission, and advocates that women who have suffered should speak out or their hearts will burst. In 2006, Charlie Jones was invited to take part in the creation of the international theatre production of American director and producer Michael Lezak's Truth in Translation. It opened in Rwanda and performed in the US, Europe, and South Africa. For the Baxter Theatre run in 2007, the American Time magazine wrote, "The raw gospel lament sung by Ntembi Charlie Jones has extraordinary power, leaving the audience in pale shock as the interval lights come up." In 2009, Charlie Jones created a one-woman play adapted from Sindiwe Magona's novel Mother to Mother. The play premiered at the Baxter Theatre in South Africa and has performed in Rwanda, Europe, UK, Bermuda, and in the US at the National Black Theatre Festival. In 2014, Charlie Jones created Gogo and Big Sister, a musical revue. The play performed in South Africa and at the National Black Theatre Festival in 2015 and 2017. Ntembi Charlie Jones played the female lead in Mapansula, nominated for Best New Film at the Cannes International Film Festival in 1988, In My Country, Cape of Good Hope, The Wooden Camera, and Temba. Charlie Jones's long and accomplished television career includes starring in the popular sitcoms Zgudis Nsyai's Stokvel, which was nominated for an International Emmy in 2004. Awards and nominations. Ntembi Charlie Jones. Charlie Jones is currently one of the leads in Imwebu, The Seed, in her role as Mandlovu. Imwebu, The Seed was produced for ETV and has been awarded the fastest growing TV drama 2019, Theatre Road, My Story, published by Caravan Press. Living Legend Award from National Bank Theatre Festival, Winston-Salem, USA. 2018, Kwamashu Achievement Award. 2016, Executive Directors Award by Naledi Theatre. 2015, Arts and Culture Trust Lifetime Achievement Award for Theatre. MEC's Recognition Award at the Simon Mabundu Sabela Awards. 2014, Certificate of Excellence for Outstanding Contribution to the Arts and Culture Sector from the Minister of Arts and Culture. Standard Bank Ovation Award for the sustained and ongoing excellent contribution to the National Festival Fringe. Standard Ovation Award for the stage production of Gogo and Big Sister. Fleur de Cap nomination for Best Actress in a Theatre Play for A Woman in Waiting. 2013, the Mbakodo Award in the category of theatre, which honours women who push boundaries of the genre and create new and exciting performances of the highest standard. 2009, Living Legend Award by the eThekwini Municipality and the KZN Province. 2007, nominated by SAFTA for Best Supporting Actress Award for Stokvel. Truth in Translation wins a Fringe First Award at Edinburgh's Festival Scotland. Nominated by Naledi Awards for Best Performance for Truth in Translation. 2004, commissioned an honorary citizen of Louisville, Commonwealth of Kentucky, USA. Nominated for Outstanding Achievement in Comedy for the International Emmy Awards for Stokvel, Secret Pals. 2002, finalist in the Tributes Achievers Award in the category of African Excellence in Entertainment and Arts. Sony Gold Award for the BBC4 radio version of A Woman in Waiting. 2000, First Fringe Award at the Edinburgh Festival for A Woman in Waiting. Nominated for Best Actress in the Manchester Evening Standard Award in the UK. 1999, Best Actress Award at the Carthage Festival in Tunisia for A Woman in Waiting. 1994, nominated for the Mnet Best Leading Actress Vita Film Award. 1988. First Fringe Award at the Edinburgh Festival for Have You Seen Zandile? FNB nomination for Best Actress for Mapansula, with the film winning the Best New Film at the Cannes Film Festival. Mjalia Jones has also been awarded Certificates of Achievement in Filmography 1 and 2. Mjalia Jones has been a juror for the International Emmy Awards for Film and Television since 2000 to date. She was appointed to the advisory board for the Chelsea Film Festival in New York, USA from 2015 to date. And Charlie Jones has also served on the following boards of directors: Gauteng Film Commission, November 2014 to December 2017. Council Member and Deputy Chair, Playhouse Co., December 14 to November 17. Baxter Theatre Cape Town, December 2017 to November 2020. Madam Chancellor, I have the honour to request you to confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Visual and Performing Arts, honoris causa, to Thembi Mchali Jones.
By virtue of the authority vested in me, I confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Visual and Performing Arts on Thembi Mchali Jones.
Chancellor Ms. Nonkululeko Nyembezi, Vice Chancellor and Principal Professor T.Z. Mthembu, Executive Dean of the Faculty of Arts and Design Professor R. Kruger, DUT Council members, staff, students, parents in the Faculty of Arts and Design, friends and industry leaders. Not even in my wildest of dreams could I have thought that in my lifetime I would have the privilege of addressing such a prestigious audience. My journey has been a long walk that was held up by theories and laws that were set in order to make one feel non-existent, and that were further punctuated by extreme forms of daily physical brutalities. I feel deeply honored to be afforded this opportunity to address you. My heart's deepest gratitude goes out to all those who mentioned my name in rooms I never imagined and ensured this moment would be made possible. Ngiyabonga. Ladies and gentlemen, mine has been a long walk. And it is well documented in my biography that Dr. Cindy Wemagona and I co-wrote and was published by Caravan Press in 2019, titled Theatre Road. At various points in our lives, we all experience instances where we start to question our existence here on earth and the purpose behind it. Because after all, purpose is one of our main driving forces. Growing up here in South Africa, I encountered very strong systems and processes which predetermined my identity in an attempt to box me into a certain type of character, an unfair burden that I was assumed to act out. The more the number of people who are confused about who they are, the more the system is destined to flourish and be seen as a success by its owners. This, in my view, accounts as a reason why so many people live without any ambition and do not take ownership of what is happening or not happening in their lives. Actually, I would say that a person without an ambition is dead. Therefore, I and millions of other South Africans were meant to be stillborns. However, certain things in the universe were destined to save some of us. This huge academic institution, Durban University of Technology, played a major role in exposing and derailing the logic of the apartheid system. The system's intention was to enforce a treatment of insignificance and powerlessness on its various target groups. The organization of which has become DUT is a supreme example of what can be achieved through determination and the community spirit in the face of adversity. In the late 1800s and early 1900s, laborers came from India to work in the sugarcane fields of what is known today as KwaZulu-Natal. In 1927, the Cape Town Agreement was adopted, and one of the provisions stated that those among Indian laborers who had no education would be deported back to India. I would like to pay tribute to people like Advocate Albert Christopher, P.R. Pather, Dr. Nabeth, M.L. Sultan, and many others at that time who came together and used that threat to lay the foundations for DUT as we know it today. While taking on the struggles of laborers who were enslaved by this system, they also were laying a firm basis for me to be able to be here today. For a victory for one oppressed section of the population should be a victory for all. DUT has now become a modern academic institution, an institution whose end goal is not merely knowledge production. Importantly, it is also about the usage of same knowledge to present practical solutions facing our communities. In the poem entitled If, Rudyard Kipling gives more meaning to the argument of striving for success even when all odds are not in your favor. If you can dream and make dreams not your master. If you can think and not make thoughts your aim. Based on these lines and others, he then concludes and gives what could be expected as an outcome. Yours is the earth and everything that's in it, and, which is more, you'll be a man, my son. This institution's ability to balance critical thinking and active involvement in search of practical solutions to problems facing our country is what makes me deeply honored and excited to be associated with this great institution. In my view, you handled the integration process of Natal Technikon and M.L. Sultan with the sensitive care it needed. The successful completion of the integration process represented one more nail in the ghost of South Africa's racial model. Furthermore, it does not come as a surprise that this faculty has produced national and international household names like Zakes Bantwini, Mondli Ngcobo, and Black Coffee, to name a few. In 2011, my city, eThekwini, gave me a Living Legend Award, and I would like to repeat the same words I made on that night. I have been highly decorated in almost all corners of the world where I have worked. This gave me a sense of achievement and pride. However, as it kept happening, I started to feel a sense of inadequacy. I had many questions I could not answer. As it happened then, I am now sure of where that emptiness stems from, despite being showered with all manners of praises and awards. The reason being that no recognition, no matter how much weight and wealth it carries, can ever beat a simple gesture such as a thank you from your own city, and more so by a reputable institution. I can now proudly say that I feel fulfilled. My desire to do more is once again burning. You have given me a new lease on life. Like Nelson Mandela, I have walked a long walk in my chosen career. And in my mind, I thought that I had almost reached my final peak. However, just as it happened to him, I too have discovered the secret. After climbing a great hill, one only finds that there are many more hills to climb. The best thing this time is that I will be climbing those hills with my own people. 66% of our youth are currently unemployed. This scenario is deeply concerning, as it is creating new and deepening the already existing social issues in many of our communities. This concerns me, especially when I look at the potential role the creative sector can play in reversing the situation. Just recently, 31st March 2022, the South African Cultural Observatory released the report of its study related to the contribution of the creative sector to the national economy. In terms of the report, the creative sector accounts for 6% of all jobs in South Africa, and this translates to 1 million jobs, and this is slightly more than the figures of 2017, which stood at 5.5%. Further, the report stated that South Africa's cultural goods exports grew at 14.6% per year between 2015 to 2018, making up 0.47% of South Africa's total commodity exports of 2018. Given this performance, even in the presence of the pandemic, shows that this sector has more growth potential, which is possible with correctly targeted investment in the sector. Your award has offered me a pedestal from which I see many possibilities to make a contribution to reverse the problems troubling some of our youth. I feel deeply honored that I will be joining the personalities and legends I highly respect who had received this award previously. The likes of Jonathan Clegg, Sipho Mchunu, Welcome Nzimande, Ella Gandhi, Joseph Shabalala, and Steve Biko are some of the names that have received this privilege. It was in 1990 when I met Nelson Mandela for the first time after he was released from prison at his home in Soweto. I could not believe it when he called me by my name and thanked me for providing him with entertainment while he was incarcerated in Victor Verster prison. He mentioned how he loved Utogo, my character in Good is Nice, the beloved show that helped mold my TV career into what it has become until this very day. Currently, there are so many people who are going through different life problems. Some are either on the verge of taking their lives or have even lost their battles to depression. I have heard stories about people who have gone to the point of reconsidering committing suicide after consuming various works of creatives. Whether it was after listening to our songs or watching an episode of our television programs. Creatives are therefore like doctors, friends, or even psychologists to the lonely. In fact, we are a mirror of society. Through our scripted lines, we are able to influence certain behaviors and perceptions. I have been in various places around the world where I have seen cities going down because of degeneration. Under such conditions, the income earners abandon the city's entertainment venues and prefer going to the trendier areas. In all of these instances, the creative sector was used to bring back masses of people through taking degenerated buildings and converting them into creative hubs. I see such potential for our city. We have billions of rands, both above underground infrastructure in the city, and nothing can justify letting it die through neglect and the deployment of new resources through the creative sector. Like I said, you have injected a new life in me, a new sense of purpose. I'll be going out there to try new strategies and gather the support of all relevant stakeholders. I came in here as Thembi Mtshali-Jones. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Thembi Mtshali-Jones is eternally grateful to you for listening to her. I thank you. Ngiyabonga.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honour to request you to confer the degrees, diplomas and certificates to the candidates from the Faculty of Arts and Design who will be presented to you and whose names appear on the programme.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Chancellor, I confer the qualifications to the candidates who will be presented in this congregation and whose names appear on the programme.
As we conclude these online proceedings, may I thank our graduates for reaching this important milestone in their personal and professional development. All that is left, dear DUT graduates, is for you and nobody else, not your family, not your friends, not your professors, not your government, not business, not industry, to leverage the knowledge, the high-level skills, and the innovations these should spawn so that you participate productively and gainfully in the economy, whether at local, regional, national, or global levels. The economy out there is not waiting to absorb you just because you are a graduate, but rather it waits for you to find and use compelling and innovative ways to insert yourself into it. May I thank the families and the sponsors of our graduates. They supported our graduates through thick and thin over the years. Some went hungry just for you to earn this qualification. Some of your siblings sacrificed so much to give you the opportunity you got, and that they may not have had and may never ever have. They all look forward to you putting your knowledge, your high-level skills, and the innovations these should spawn as you demonstrate those compelling and innovative ways you will choose to insert yourself into the broader society and its organs. Our ailing and COVID-19 battered economy awaits your innovations to turn it around. May I thank all of you, graduates, families, sponsors, for your understanding of these very difficult COVID-19 circumstances that forced on us an online graduation ceremony. We had all been looking forward to see you walk the stage with great pride. We had all been looking forward to hear those ululations. We must thank God, though, that we have alternative ways, including having this online graduation ceremony to celebrate. Our Chancellor, Madame Nyembezi, has always been generous with her time and support, attending as many graduation ceremonies as she possibly could. I thank her very much for availing herself to officiate online today. Finally, I thank our academics, faculty officers, the registry, for all the work they did under very difficult circumstances to process everything that was needed for our graduates to graduate today. I should also thank our corporate affairs, multimedia, technology, and many other sections of the university that worked tirelessly behind the scenes to make this online graduation ceremony a success. All the best to you all. Okuhle nokumhlophe.
Sapolwa
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Chancellor, I dissolve this virtual congregation of the Durban University of Technology.